crypto party people? I'm Fink, and this is my NFT show. I have a great interview for you tonight from Trixie Meowtel, synonymous with Low Effort Punk number 277. I'm sure you've seen him around the Twitter space. Always posting funny shit, always makes me giggle, is one of the reasons that I actually reached out and tried to get an interview with them. To which I got responded with yeah, that sounds like a great time, but I want to keep my anonymity, which, as I've said before, I try to work with everybody as much as I can, because I don't want anybody to be uncomfortable coming on and doing the show. I want people to love it and it to be a positive experience so that more of you want to do it. So, we worked with her on that. I sent out some questions and got some answers back that I'm going to read to you as we do a scroll through their work. And we'll get to that here shortly. Before we do, I do want to tell you that as of right now, Trixie Meowtel is doing a giveaway in collaboration with the Van Gogh Punks and FFSP NFTs. And that'll be starting tonight, Sunday, August 22nd, and going on for the next couple days. So, hope you'll take a look out for that. Let's hop into the interview. Alright, so real quick before I start reading the actual interview, we're going to do a quick scroll through the Lil Bev's collection, point out a couple things I like and stuff like that, just since it'll be hard to talk and do that while I'm reading the interview. So, first off, I gotta say I like the circle background, just different than most of the punk collections that are just a flat background behind them. The Trixie collection, Lil Bev's, is very pretty in the background. I like it. The spray painted old school paint look behind it there. I like the two-tone ones, as you see right here, number 38 with the two greens. I really like this red and black combo up here. I think that looks really cool coming up through. And I love, and I'll say this in the interview, the whole point of the Lil Bevs is to get a mother-type character, something family-oriented, into the NFT space. And I just think that's awesome because the much we all support each other and all that in the community, I feel like there's probably a lot of really family-oriented people in the community, and that's probably something that a lot of people really like about this. You'll see they do kind of shout-outs to things like horror movies. Down here you got the Scream mask, Lil Bev. That's just awesome. I like these neon ones. You can tell by my stuff I've been releasing personally. I have a spot for neon in my heart. Got a Beetlejuice-looking one. I really like this Freddy Krueger-looking Bev. That is awesome. Some Halloween ones. The twins from The Shining, that's awesome. And that's it. The Lil Bev's collection for you. We'll flip over to the Otherworld Punks and do the same thing here. Now this is a pixel punk collection. They hand draw everything first. And it's going to be, at the end, there will be 1,000 Otherworld Punks all together. So you can see there's a lot of devil horns, punk ones with the mohawks and all that. They just look cool as shit. Can't go wrong with the punk. Everybody loves the punks right now. Scroll up through, I like the little beanie cap here with the fan on it. That's just hilarious. And that one's hot right there. I like her. I have a soft spot for redheads. Going up through, they like to do the movie ones. I like these beanie wearing ones right here with pipes. Are great. Oh, punks are just funny. They're hilarious. Oh, look at that. That one calls to me. Looks a little bit Jokerish. Love it. But yes, awesome punks. Love the collection. They're only 0.01 as you can see. They aren't expensive. Just pick yourself up one of the Otherworld punks because it's just smart to own one of any punk collection you see. Especially right now because we're still early, y'all. But as you continue going, there's a lot here. There's a lot of the Otherworld punks. I like the pigtails. It's cool. It's cool right there. I like the eye linings too. You see that a lot. The blue and green around the eyes. I think that's different. That's it there. Alright, so that's the collections. As you can see, there's just something for everybody in the Punks collection and the Lil Bev's collection to go a little bit of everything. You got traditional basic ones. You got your smokers, your pipe smokers, your angels, your devils, a little bit of everything. So, I'm going to click back to Lil Bev here. Scroll down to the bottom. And I'm going to get the interview up and start reading through that. And we'll cycle again through slowly as we do this. And before I start, I am going to apologize for all the handles that she drops here, especially at the end for shout-outs. People, if she gives you a shout-out and I slaughter your handle name, I'm so sorry. I I am going to pop all the names up on the screen as I read them, so even if I murder the pronunciation, the spelling should be right. So let's rock and roll. I first asked them to introduce themselves and give me a little background information. I got: everyone can just call me Trixie. Trixie Mutel is a play on the name of a famous drag queen, Trixie Motel, and is also the name of my cat. Trixie is actually a couple, which may surprise a lot of people. Trixie is essentially a character made to preserve our anonymity while we venture into NFT land. At first, the character didn't really have an image associated with her, but since has been synonymous with Low Effort Punk number 277 of the Low Effort Punks collection. We are both 26 and live in the United States. Currently, we work pretty basic minimum wage jobs. We both graduated from high school and went into the workforce. As far as hobbies, I play guitar and love finding new music, and my partner stays creative most of the time and is always painting something. We are married and hope to have kids one day. I then asked them, how and when did you find the NFT community, and what drew you to the pixel punk style? To this they said, so I actually had known about crypto for a long time, but I never really got into it. Then I had started to become interested in it during the pandemic. I originally heard about the Kings of Leon making an NFT album, and that was then followed by the H3H3 podcast creating their own NFTs, which really got me even more interested in a decentralized currency, as well as the ability for artists to make real meaningful profit from their works. After some time in the space as a collector, and after making my fair share of mistakes, I feel that I've finally found my stride, and as much as you can in this new territory. This is basically what then led us to want to challenge ourselves to create a collection and test our skills in a new medium, which is pixel art. And I have to give credit to Kush Cabin NFT for actually helping me to get started by telling me which programs they used and how to do certain things when getting started. They were extremely helpful to me in the beginning, and a good example of how warm and kind this entire community has been to me throughout my time here. And of course, I should also thank Low Effort Punks and the Low Effort Punk community for letting me be a part of an awesome tribe and get my start with some of the pixel versions of their art, which was essentially our first foray into the pixel world and into the pixel punk style. My partner created Lil Bevs, and I run the Twitter, and we share the Otherworld Punks. We definitely lean towards traditional art, mostly painting and watercolors. Honestly, we did the collections as a challenge more than anything. We tried to support as many great artists as we can, and we knew we had the ability to put a unique collection onto the OpenSeas. So, Lil Bev's main focus is to create a project by hand and get funds for charitable donations. Also, to try and get a female and mom/family focused character into the NFT space. Each Lil Bev is completely unique, down to the very last pixel, and there are various types of Lil Bevs or mamas. Otherworld Punks is another challenge within itself. There is a CryptoPunk base, but then everything is hand-drawn uniquely for each punk. It's our take on a 1,000 punk project, as we didn't want to have a completely generative project, as we feel there is a lack of handmade art in the digital space. I asked them, what motivates you? Is it just money, or do you have something else to prove? What inspires you to make the Lil Bevs and Otherworld Punks? To this they said, so sort of a not funny thing, but both collections were actually born out of lots of stress and sadness after the passing of our best friend. We just wanted to channel his positive and charismatic energy into a finished creation that we could be proud of and look back on and always know we did for him. His name was Logan. He was a light in this world, and we hope our art can reflect some of his shine. He would have loved this NFT space, as so many do, and sorry for your loss, and I'm sure they would have, because it's just an amazing place and thing to be part of right now. I asked, how do you feel about your large over 5,000 people following and success of your project so far? To this they said, yes, so the following Trixie has garnered is honestly insane, and I never expected her to plan this out. I made a Twitter in hopes of selling a few NFTs I had collected on OpenSea and felt famous at 100 followers. But it's continued to grow, and I'm nothing but thankful to the people who find some use or entertainment or art from following me. I think I owe a large part of my following to Low Effort Punk number 277 and people's love for the Low Effort Punks, as well as my willingness to try and share everyone's art, but also encourage artists in their growth and in their perseverance in the space. I've tried only to be as warm as the people that I've had the honor of speaking with, and all in all tried to keep it fun and never focused on making money. Hopefully this has showed. I asked them, where would you like to be in a year or two? Still doing the same projects or evolving into something new? Are you hoping to be full-time artist, or are you trying to keep the day job and just continue doing this on the side for fun? To this they said, we could definitely see ourselves doing other projects in the future, but as of now we see Lil Bevs as something that could go on and on. We also want to focus on shining more light on others, more traditional and conventional art. I have Trixie's art collection on OpenSea, also, which is a gallery of traditional artists not in the crypto space, whose art I help find a wallet for, while the artists maintain 100% of the profits. I'm interested in seeing where NFTs go outside of the art world as well. There are lots of possibilities. We could see ourselves cutting down to part-time hours, but feel the balance of work and life allows the art to flow more freely, so it's not always a bad thing to have to work. I asked, do you create or do you collect also? What do you collect, or is it just what you see and like? To this they said, mostly I collect just what I like or win through giveaways. I try to buy 2 to 3 pieces of any collection I can enjoy if I can. Currently, the collection I have the most of are the low-effort punks. I think I had 7 or 8 of those. I've also been collecting Van Gogh punks recently. My focus has been shifting towards more painting, photography, and music NFTs, as we see a lot of potential for those. And just for fun, not to brag, some of my biggest wins in this space, money-wise, have came from the Dog Pound NFT and the World of Women NFT, not financial advice. I asked them, what are some of your favorite projects? Don't have to be an artist, it can be platforms that are coming out or anything NFT related. To this, they said, so honestly, favorite projects in the space right now that I've got my eye on are Low Effort Masterclass Music and We Are Lep. Just because the former is great music and the latter takes something fun and makes it super introspective and deep, but also comedic. I also love the Stone Punks, because everyone, including me, has a punk collection these days, and his are handmade of raw materials found in the wild. Just absolutely amazing work. Finally, I asked if there are any shout-outs or thank yous that they'd like to make, and to this they said, so in ending, I just want to thank those who I've mentioned before, and some others who have only been drivers of my success and the success of the community as a whole. All of these people have been huge supporters and inspirations to me in the space. We got Paul is Walrus, Low Effort Punks, NFT Only, Kush Cabin NFT, Cashmandian, Monty K. Hills, N. Husflid, The Atia, and Melanie Popesco. Melanie Popesco especially for being my first ever buyer and great woman in the space. Hardy Homies, Minimalistic NFT, and of course, Digital Art Chick, who responded to me early on and has given me many ways of followers in my time here. And of course, thank you for doing this. This has been fun, and if you have any follow-up questions or anything, please let me know. Alright, and that wraps up the interview portion for Trixie Mewtwo. I am going to do one last thing here. We're going to hop over and check out her gallery here. At least I think I have the right one up. I hope so, or else I'm going to have to redo this whole video. Should have probably messaged them first, but let's hope for the best. As you can see, this is the gallery here where she finds other artists not in the space and posts their work on here, and if she makes anything, she gives the money back to the artist. I just think that's awesome. I had no idea that you guys did this, and I think it's so cool. Kind of inspires me. I know where I'm from is a small town, and there's a lot of artists that might do this if they knew about it. And I feel like this is a great way of you to get others outside the community interested in the community, and maybe find a spot in the community for themselves one day. So I just think that's cool shit. And you can see here some of the pieces that Trixie Mewtwo has posted for artists outside the crypto space. Alright, that about wraps up today's episode interview with Trixie Mewtwo. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. It was a great time talking to them, getting set up to do this. Just great people. Learned a lot today in reading the interview. I had no idea about the collection of other artists from outside the NFT space that they bring in, sell on OpenSea, and then give the profits back to the artists. Lil Bevs, I'll
a lot of it going towards charitable causes. Just awesome, amazing people, hardworking people, full-time jobs while they're doing all these collections and all that for everybody to enjoy also. So mad respect, great people. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Had an absolute blast. Hope you'll check out their work. Links will be in the description, as well as links to my stuff in the description. Just did a foundation drop today. Candy Tooth, the skull that likes to come alive and party in the darkness. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Fink's NFT Show.